And welcome back to the next video in the Journal Your Stories series. And today we're talking about good food, good friends, and good times. And so I kind of was thinking about this prompt, and pizza is like my favorite food. So I thought, okay, I'll just do like what I like to eat, like as far as my favorite foods and things go. And then I thought, because it's typically we like have Friday night pizza or something like that. And it's just like it's the end of the week kind of thing. But then I had this picture that um, you can kind of see it under the magazine there uh, of my girlfriends. And it's been kind of hanging around. I think I must have pulled it out at one time and was looking through pictures a while back. And so I decided, I'm like, you know what? I want to document about a story from the past. And that's when I started thinking about, you know what, I remember that when we had our own apartment, me and my sister shared an apartment, and we would have our girlfriends come over and we would order pizza and we would hang out. And oh, I just remember those were being such fun times, and how we just thought that, oh, life. But yeah, we lived in South Austin. And so anyway, that was when me and my sister first moved out. And anyway, so that's kind of where I'm going to go with this story. So I had this really cute paper that I had bought several years ago. It's an Amy Tangerine paper that had the cute pizza on it. So it was a perfect addition for this page. And so also kind of going back to the magazine, I've been looking for different magazines here and there, and this was when went to the grocery store. This was on the little uh, where they have all their magazines at, and it was fairly inexpensive, and it had the pizza on there. So I'm like, this is probably something, a magazine I can use. And so that's one of the reasons I kind of picked that one up, and it worked out perfectly for this prompt. So basically, going back to the actual prompt, I thought, well, the storyline that I think I'm going to probably tell is just about how we were so lucky to have such a great group of friends. And so it was good friends and then good times. And actually, there's many, luckily, took a lot of pictures. And so me and my sister both have lots of pictures of us friends, and that I can come through and tell lots of stories of things that we used to do. But actually, the date on this was June 26, 1998. So it's just interesting how I had seen this picture laying around, and then it just worked out perfectly for this particular prompt. So I'm just kind of playing around with different things that I wanted to use that I had kind of pulled out. And that brave word, I believe that is actually from one of the kits. I think it might have been a Vicky Bouton, or you know what? Actually, no, I take that back. It was the Enchanted Forest. I think it came in that package. And so what I ended up looking at these letterings because I wanted to put some lettering on there, but I decided that these were just too big and bulky. And the more I started playing around with my page, it was really like even the dark brown tag and the dark pizza, it was just like too dark for me. I love my color, so you'll see here I eventually end up changing it out. And then I'm like looking for a date stamp, and the little rotary stamp that I have does not go back to 1998. So I started saying, well, you know what? I will just use my handwriting for that. And then I end up not using that pizza sign. It just kind of never worked out on my page. And so again, this was not a plan page out, so I'm just kind of seeing which ones play color. This is where I was going, oh, it's just too dark. And I'm like, oh yeah, the green is perfect. And the pizza there actually I think it's a Brussels sprout. I thought it was artichokes. I'm not too sure about Brussels sprouts on a pizza. I'm not going to dog it until I eat it because I do like roasted Brussels sprouts, but I love artichokes on a pizza. So anyway, it really brings the green out, and eventually I end up covering up a lot of the pizza anyway. But that's not here nor there, I guess you could say, because really and truly, what I'm wanting to do is tell the story. And so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys, I'll go ahead and read what I wrote so you kind of get an idea of what I'm going to talk about. So, luckily, in my story on the back of that picture there, I had the names of all my friends, even though I still remember to this day, and I still am in contact with many of them. But um, I would say maybe there's probably actually my sister, of course, I'm in contact with, but there's several of us that, gosh, it just I haven't talked to them in years. And so anyway, I did write their name um, on eventually on the card. Oh yeah, I'm using the part of this guest checklist just because, I'm so thankful I did write on the back, but now I'm adding it to the page. So I put all my friends' names down, and then the um, the message that I wrote, it is truly amazing how food, in this case pizza, can trigger happy memories. To this day, pizza is my favorite. I can remember so many times in my 20s, this group of friends would come over and we would order pizza and just hang out. We were so carefree, and looking back, I realized how brave we really were. In this photo, we are heading to the beach for the weekend. And so, and that is one of the reasons I wanted to put brave on there, because we went and we did, and we were always on the go. And, um, now it's just, I don't know, I think with age, we kind of become more, um, not as carefree, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not saying that I'm want to go back and be in that age, but it's just a little different. So you don't have, we were paying rent. If we didn't like where we lived, we said, okay, well, let's move somewhere else. And we would move somewhere else. And if we didn't like our job, we would move somewhere else and we'd do something else. I don't know. Now it just seems like you get more of a commitment down the line. In my case, retirement. you know, so you're like, oh no, that's what I'm looking forward to. And then my days will be carefree. But but yeah, it just talks about how your life is a journey, and to live it to the fullest, and look back on pictures like these and remember what such a good time that we had. And I still remember going to the beach. We would go down to Port Aransas and get a hotel there. It's kind of like a condo, because it would be several bedrooms and a living room and a kitchen. And we would go down there and split it, in this case, 5 ways, so it wasn't that expensive. And um, we would hang out on the beach, and I'll never forget. Oh my gosh, there was one. I don't think it was my sister and I, but we were 5 hour girls. I mean, we stuck out on the beach I did that so many times, just sitting out and reading magazines and reading books and just enjoying the sun, surf, and sand. And so, but anyway, then then there was nightlife. There was a little like a little bar there that you could go and listen to music and dance and drink. And of course, that's what we did in our 20s and had a great time. And I think I eventually ended up going to sleep early, and I don't know. It was fun. It was a good time. And so yeah, we were quite fun and had a really good time. And so yeah, it's good to capture those moments, because they are part of your life as well. So I'm just kind of looking through stickers here, and that particular sticker said life is a journey, and that is absolutely true. And I'm just kind of adding some little hearts here, and just kind of filling in and attaching that little ticket piece to the page. Um, what I've noticed is when I start layering the papers up a little bit more, they do have a tendency to not stick on the edges, and I really try to add a lot of glue around the edges of the paper, so that way they really kind of stick down. But a little sticker here and there helps along the way too. And this one I'm using my sticker maker. I love this little thing. It's a Xyron, and this is a small one. Now the bee kind of had I thought I could squeeze it through there and so it ripped a little bit, but it not enough to make a big difference on there. But I love using that little sticker maker. Oh yeah, I just kind of popped it in the video to show you guys. Um, but I love using this to make stickers, especially with lettering, or really, really small die cuts. It works perfectly, and it really does offer a very sticky backing to go on your page. So I really do enjoy that, using it for those things. But like I said, they do make a bigger one as well. I don't think I have any sticker tape in there um, to use it, so that's why I use that small one. But um, so yeah, so then I am taking the journal Your Story Girls, and I thought since they are hugging each other just like we are in that picture, that was perfect for us. Because again, this is your story, and it's good to write just things that trigger memories. I know with me, any type of smells and tastes, and like I said, in this particular instant, pizza. Um, I'm still trying to use that pizza word, but it's not going to happen. I think I was looking for something to really emphasize, like thinking, really emphasize the word pizza, because this is what this story was about, was actually the word pizza, and being good food triggered this memory. So triggered this story in particular. But anyway, in the process, I found these great friend stickers. So I decided in the long run that I am just going to use my handwriting and write out pizza. I think I'm looking for stickers that have pizza on there, which I did. Oh, that's right. I went all the way into the kitchen to find these. See, oh, there we go. I was gun ho on putting a pizza sticker on there. So in the process, I found these great little friend stickers that says, "Thanks for being there." And so true, so true. Yeah, see there, I wanted to show you guys that. Um, but yeah, so um, what am I doing here? Oh, you know why? It's that glare. I was afraid it was going to be driving you guys crazy, and I hope it doesn't, because the light shines so bright on that word. I'm still adamant about putting those letters on there for pizza. I think I eventually do, and I end up taking them off because it just didn't look right. But I did want to, the other thing that I'm not real crazy about adding these larger puffy, because these stickers really have some dimension on there, is that it's hard when you go to write on the other pages beyond that. Um, for a while, it just kind of becomes a little crease. But yeah, I think I just am like, just don't like it. It just, yeah, I said, no, this isn't working for me. But that's the other thing with these really thick letterings. If I use bigger letters, I like them to be kind of flat in a lot of my journals, especially if I'm um, going to be adding pages, because it's kind of hard because they create this lump on your page. And I know anybody that's been journaling and using those letters know what I'm talking about. But the good news is with this new, this page is that I have glued together. Sometimes you don't actually feel those lumps through there, because there is a thicker, the pages are a little thicker. But one of the things that I do want to make, even if it's not, maybe I can do a video on it, but it was sent to me as a gift, as a Happy Mail. And it's basically the size of your journal pages, and it's laminated, and you slip it in between your pages. That way you always have like this hard surface to write on, and you don't have to worry about having the problems with those lumps kind of sticking out. So it actually is a pretty good idea, and I might do a video on that fairly soon, because I need to make one. I had one for my traveler's notebooks, but I don't have one for this particular size of the composition book. But before this video ends, I know it's coming to an end here in just a moment. I did want to talk about the cover. So Lisa asked me with if what I used for the cover, and I used packing tape to cover my so I have like a sealant on there. So if you saw the shininess on the top of the book that is actually packing tape that I use. So, all right, you guys, it's a wrap, and I will see you in my next video. I hope you guys are inspired to tell a story either from your past, present, or future.